An Illinois mayor is getting national attention for the way that she's spending taxpayer dollars. Now, critics say you can't turn your head in the Chicago suburb of Dalton without seeing the name of Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She's also the supervisor of a neighboring township and refers to herself as supermayor. It's her TikTok handle, too. But she's now accused of spending tens of thousands of taxpayer funds on self-promoting billboards, as well as putting her name on government buildings, government vehicles, even government rugs. Not to mention the Tiffany Henyard calendar, which includes the supermayor's birthday, because you can't forget that. She could pay for all of this herself, given that her salary for the two jobs is nearly $300,000. More than the state's governor, by the way. But it's all on the taxpayer's dime. And this goes beyond signage and merch. Henyard put an ordinance in place that if she lost a future mayoral election, the next mayor's salary would be dropped from $200,000 to $25,000. But if she wins, it stays the same. She also spent tens of thousands of dollars on a week-long walk to promote her self-named cancer charity, which has yet to file required reporting. She expensed almost $15,000 for a trip to Vegas, as well as shooting music videos like this awesome one with fellow city employees. Here's one official in Henyard's township on some of the supermayor's super spending.
What was your reaction when you saw him?
Well, first of all, I didn't know anything about him. There's so many other ways we could have spent that money that would have, directly helped people.
This truth is stranger than fiction. This is like a sitcom, but there is nothing funny about this.
I was trying not to laugh when you're reading all that. It's really hard. This is why we can't have nice things. I love the drop in pay in case she loses, just to spite the person who beats her. Hilarious. Imagine if she was leveraging her position to rake in foreign money to enrich her family. I mean, that would be crazy. That's what Joe Biden's doing.
Yep.
But, look,
we got it.
We wonder why government is so broken and so corrupt. It's because we elect people like her and Joe Biden.
And the thing is, Kaylee, she's playful. There's a hustle there. She's there's something sort of endearing about her. But when you bring it all to taxpayers' dollars, then it becomes patently unacceptable.
When people in her town have a median income of $24,000, it becomes just despicable and not just laughable. But back to the laughable, because I couldn't read enough of this. She was voted to be recalled by her constituents. It was overturned because of a technicality by the court. After her recall election, it's from FoxNews.com, in response to the failed recall, Henyard showed up at the next board meeting blasting a disco song, began dancing on the podium. "How y'all doing?" she said, blaring into the microphone. "Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Ain't no stopping us now." Typically, if you narrowly survive a recall, there's some humility. But leave it to this lady to come with the disco music. I got it, and then the music videos on top of all that.
Hexa, that's like that scene, remember in Batman, the original, the best one with Michael Keaton, where Joker comes in blasting that awesome Prince song, and the whole thing is he was defacing all of the city's property while he was doing it, spray painting everything to the side. It's sort of an analogy here, because at the end of the day, her constituents are suffering, and she's having a grand old time, and looks like in Vegas too.
Yeah, I love all of it. You know why? Because it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon of what happens every day, the grift, the compromise, the gold bars, the foreign influence, all that. Everybody else tries to hide it and pretend like they're not doing it. She's just doing it. Now, she'll probably not win re-election, and the next mayor's only going to get paid $25,000.
They're going to have to crowdfund.
Too bad. Good for the city. That's where they save money. It's amazing.
I don't take her seriously until she does something that harms that city. And I think she is harming the city by spending its money on things that the city can't reap the benefits of. The couple things that I saw in the video, and I don't know if we can replay them, I thought that her support of law enforcement and first responders, as she's dancing there with police officers and then she goes to the firehouse, that is something that I could really love for politicians to do.
Good point.
And I wish that they would crowdfund for the food for that event and let us all just go and celebrate them. And so if any of what she's doing brings about good, I always look for a silver lining. But you can't spend the taxpayers' money on your Gucci.
And she's a progressive Democrat. I just want to underscore that, progressive Democrat for you.
Of course she is. All right, guys, stay with us, and we're outnumbered in just a moment. Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.